Hello all, welcome to my weird looking plot of storage ideas. Here, as you might have guessed already, I have 10 plus storage ideas for you all to see. Now let's get right to the ideas. And of course, this plot is very large, all these are very spaced out, so I have this lovely bike that I'm going to ride on. Honestly, I think this first one is one of my favorites. I kind of based it off of like an IKEA furniture. You could keep toys or something in here, and you pull these out, which obviously you can't do in Bloxburg, but they're meant to be kind of like cute little things, cute little boxes that you can like pull out and store items in. Now, my method for making these, let's go into build mode real quick. I stacked multiple chopping boards on top of each other, and I also put a lovely little spatula right there to use as a handle. Honestly, I think it turned out pretty good. Now, on to the next one. Alright, now this next one is kind of just like a spaced out version of the aesthetic or whatever shelf oh my gosh, I can't recall the name, but it's more of a spaced out version of that one shelf. Obviously, you can space this out at kind of any way you want, and I just kind of accented it with a few pillars. I think it looks pretty aesthetic, really cute, and you could put this pretty much anywhere in your house. Now, next we have a lovely little simplistic design, and it's just two pillars, and I used advanced placement to kind of have them intersecting a little bit in the middle, so you could put something in there or you can just keep it empty. I think this looks quite aesthetic, and obviously you could change up the color scheme to fit into your own house design. Now this next one is more of like a TV stand. It's kind of a more traditional version of, I believe, the entertainment center it's called, but it is more traditional. It's wooden, and this, I used a bunch of tables, like little tables, and just intersected them all. So you could put something here, you could just hang a TV on the wall here, and then I was thinking you could line up some lovely plants or books, like right up there. Alright, so this next one is more of a modern design. As you can see, these aren't really cabinets, these are actually pillars. That's because if they were cabinets, you could open them and see that these are actually just shelves, and you would be able to see the shelves if I had cabinets like backed up against a wall. But anyways, if you ignore this kind of little shelf mesh here, it actually looks pretty decent as a storage design. And then I used a bunch of those like weird kind of shelves. Let me show you in build mode. I actually used a bunch of these shelves and just kind of put them all together to get this lovely, interesting, more modern sort of look that will go lovely with a cabinet, one that you can't open. Okay, so this next one is more of a convenience store idea. So first I lined up a couple little clothing racks here, and then I put some neat little like clothing shelves above it, which I can stack clothes on. And then here's some more convenience store items. As you can see, we have a map, we have like shoes for sale, and then we have some sweets and books, or magazines, whatever you'd prefer. And this is kind of in the style of a convenience store or like a gas station. And as you can see, I did get a little bit lazy and didn't fill up the shelves, but you can basically fill these up with whatever depending on what kind of store you're making. This next one, as you can see, it's very pastel, and it kind of has the vibe of like cubbies, kind of like the kind that you'd see in a preschool or elementary school, or even just the kind that you would just put your shoes in if you have a lot of shoes for whatever reason. So this pastel look, I really like it. This is probably one of my favorite designs, to be quite honest. And these bamboos, how I use them, I just took a linear floor plant, I believe it's called, and then I textured it with, oh my gosh, what is it called? It is like that metal roof texture. That is how I make the bamboo, and quite recently I'm frankly obsessed with putting bamboo into my designs, partly because it goes with anything, and it is so cute. Now, on to the next design. Anyways, here is the next design. Now, obviously, it's nighttime in game right now, so it's not as pastel as it might look in brighter lighting, so I might suggest changing up the pictures a bit, but I will be linking the IDs to these pictures in the description if you'd like to use these exact pictures, if you're just in my video like pausing it and following along in Bloxburg, which of course is totally fine, but anyways, this is kind of a little shoe rack slash bench, which you can actually sit on. Oh my gosh, that was surprising. You can actually sit on it. As you can see, this is a bench that I've put below, and I've just kind of intersected it with the tables here. Obviously, I think this is my number one favorite design. It's really pastel aesthetic, and I really like that. That's like my aesthetic recently. Alright guys, next up I have this lovely little, very simplistic kind of storage for the TV. Now the TV just kind of lightened that up a lot, so let's just kind of put it somewhere. Where can I put you? I'll put it there. But anyways, this is more of a color scheme thing. I based this off of mint chocolate chip ice cream with whipped cream. And I know that's really specific, but it's just such a cute color scheme and I love it way too much. And I just had to show it to you guys because it's so cute in my opinion. And obviously you could put plenty of other things on this storage shelf. You could put some plants there for accent instead of this TV. You could just add more books. You could really do whatever you want with it. Let's just go on to the next lovely design. Next up is this bathtub. Oh my god, my voice! Anyways, next up is this bathtub. So here, as you can see, there's a little window here. So let's just get out of build mode. Actually, I'm going to put a light down first. Anyways, this is just a window shade, and I've used it to conceal a little shelf here. My alarm just went off at 6 a.m. Anyways, this is a window shade. I've used it to conceal a shelf here, which is obviously very nice if you want to put like your showering supplies or your towels in there so they don't get wet while you're showering. This bathtub doesn't have a shower. I was too lazy for that. Maybe I was just stingy and didn't want to spend more on this house plot since I've already spent $60,000 on this one house plot, just my storage plot. I have a problem. But anyways, I use this in most of the bathrooms I make because it's just a very lovely way to conceal a storage area. This next one I think actually looks pretty nice in the nighttime lighting because it is a cozy and warm fireplace. Here we have a fireplace and just two simple bookcases. And I think this one was another one that I wanted to accent on the colors with because we've got some brown and we've got some yellow. So if you're looking for color schemes, this is a great one. I don't know why I chose the elephant wallpaper now. Now that I'm like looking at it, it looks a little too cluttered, but we'll just ignore that. This next one I'm going to show in build mode because it really does need a more daylight sort of lighting for you to get all of the lovely colors in here. So here we just have a very simple, kind of larger reading nook. Usually I would make my reading nooks a little smaller, more 4x4 or like, no, not 4x4, oh my gosh, more 2x2 or 1x2. But this one could be as wide as like 3x3 or 3x2. So I guess that is a little larger. But I was thinking if you're going for like a cozy library aesthetic, adding a few decorations, maybe a window or two, and this could be the perfect library. This next one I'm going to stay in build mode 4, but it is an aesthetic design. As you can see, it's very black and white. Let's look at it in different lighting. That mirror looks like really, really dark. But yeah, as you can see in different lighting, these tables, they're more gray, and then these bookshelves, they're a little darker in the darker light. But this is a very simple aesthetic design. If you're not looking to take up much space, or if you just have an empty wall, you can put this down, and honestly, I think it looks pretty good. Alright guys, don't think I've forgotten about this other aesthetic storage. It is a lovely little wall storage. As you can see, it's very similar to the one in the bathroom, right over there actually, as it's just a storage, and I added a cute little curtain that rolls up and down. Actually, I based this one off of Simply Nailogical's storage room. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, as you can see, she's kind of like grinning into the camera right now, but behind her is kind of this lovely wall storage. She has all her nail polishes in there. So I tried to recreate that in Bloxburg, and I think I did a pretty good job. Especially if you're looking for kind of an aesthetic storage area, this is pretty decent. This is pretty good. I realized I've said decent like 5 times in this video. Maybe a little less, but yeah. Also, this is a roller curtain, which is different from the other curtain I was using, which I forgot the name of. But yeah, as you can see, they are different curtains. The difference is this one is a little bit sleeker. So if you're looking for a more sleek look, then you can use the roller curtain. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you the best of luck trying out all these lovely storage hacks in your own builds. And obviously, yes, you can use these in your own builds if you'd like. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!